Hello everybody and welcome to Gran Turismo 3, one of my favorite racing games of all time. I know Gran Turismo 4 is the one that a lot of people think is the best Gran Turismo, and of course racing games are subjective. I love this game. So for this video we're just going to check out arcade mode as we head into the replay mode. That's going to have copyrighted music, blah blah blah, and edit that part out. So we're just gonna hop into arcade mode here, and we're gonna do a race and just be nostalgic about racing games on the PlayStation 2. And yes, this is 100% on real PlayStation hardware. There's no way for me to prove it unless I take a video of my PlayStation and put it in the video. We're just gonna go normal, pick a stage here. What are we feeling? What are we feeling? Smoky Mountain, Swiss Alps. I remember all of these. We're gonna do. Well, let's go Trial Mountain. This is kind of a harder track. Let's go Class B. Go a little bit slower. Take it easy, and then we'll check out some other cars later in the video. Ooh, a 240S. Got the. This is the Subaru. Look at the Sylvia. I love a Sylvia. But this game is super duper nostalgic for me. I remember being, geez, how old was I? Would I have been 2001, 6 or 7 when this game came out? I probably didn't get it until I was 7. But it's just, there's nothing like this series of games for me. Alongside Need for Speed, but Gran Turismo 3 and 4, and I think Need for Speed Most Wanted. No, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, which there is a video of that on the channel if you want to check it out. I did that way back in, I believe, November, December. Oh, we got copyrighted music playing. That's great. So this game, along with Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, and of course Gran Turismo 4, what else was out at the time? Toka Race Driver. Things of that nature. The racing games have always been more of my thing. A lot of my friends were into like shooters. Call of Duty World at War was a big one that was out. Still when I was playing GT4 and GT3. I mean, I played GT3 now. But as I stated in the intro, yes, 100% on PlayStation's hardware. I'll just throw up a picture of my PlayStation 2. This is a recent pickup for me. I bought this about 2 weeks ago now, and I'm having the time of my life playing these old games. I only have a few. I have Ratchet and Clank and the Bigs, one of my favorite baseball video games that I'll probably put a video up on the channel here as well. But just going through these old races and just feeling how the game handles, there's nothing like playing on the PlayStation 2. I don't want to say that new consoles are bad, because they're really not, but there's just a certain, I don't know how to put it, there's a certain feeling that you get putting in the PlayStation 2 disc or even putting on the Xbox 360 and seeing I don't know, there's just something about old video games that are lost in new games. But sticking with what we're playing here, the Gran Turismo franchise is something that I really fell out of after the PlayStation 3 era. I did play Gran Turismo Sport on the PlayStation 4, but shortly before the Series X and S came out, I switched to Xbox, and for no other reason than because my PlayStation 4 kicked the bucket. And, you know, I wasn't too happy about it, but at the time, you know, the Xbox Series the Xbox Series S was much cheaper, and I was unemployed and broke. So I got the Xbox Series S from my parents for Christmas a few years ago, and I've been on that ever since. And I've just had the itch to play PlayStation games again. So I was like, you know, on eBay, just scrolling, looking around, and found a deal I couldn't pass up. And this PlayStation 2 was in the best condition that I've ever seen. I had I really debated doing an unboxing video, but I didn't end up doing that because that's not really my thing. I don't really have the right setup for this. I mean, even my setup for recording is quite how do I put this? Terrible. But as we continue playing this, just and you know, when I first turned this game on a few days ago, I was like, wow, this kind of looks like ass. But the more you play it, the more you realize the hardware and the time period that this came out in, this is hella impressive for the time. Like the lighting, the reflections on the vehicles, the backgrounds, even the amount of foliage on the trees and the amount of trees, the detail in the clouds. There's just a lot of detail in a PlayStation 2 game like this that seems to have been somewhat of a lost art in modern gaming. Like if we're talking racing in this kind of style, Forza Motorsport for the Xbox is one of the worst racing games I've ever played. I mean, it's just stale, repetitive, and boring, which I guess you can say about any racing game, but you can't really say that about the PlayStation 2 games at all. Because you could sit here and play these same tracks with different cars for hours and hours and hours and never get bored. And that's kind of the charm that's been lost with gaming. Because a lot of companies only care about lining their pockets with microtransactions and portions of video games. And for me, I've always been a single player guy. I don't have friends, so I'm more inclined to play by myself. I'm not inclined to go in and play with random people. I'd much rather have a complete game where I can play it solo by myself in a single player style. It doesn't even have to have a story. Like put an arcade mode. Let me drive around the track. Let me drive around the city. Let me, you know, walk through you know what I mean. Like walk through a city with, you know, just unlimited access to the map that is already there. That's what I want in gaming. You know, I want to be able to explore. I like exploring. But this isn't supposed to be what kind of games I like. We're supposed to be talking about Gran Turismo 3 here. I've been yapping this whole time about other things. I will say though, the handling in Gran Turismo has always been something like that takes a while to get used to. I mean, it is supposed to be a driving simulator, and I guess for the most part, they pulled it off quite well. And there you go. First race, we got a victory. I'm just having such a good time playing this, and this is the first video I've recorded in about 2 weeks. I really haven't been feeling making content, but you know, I'm really trying, and now that I have this PlayStation 2, there's gonna be a bunch more videos, mostly older games. It may not all be on actual PlayStation hardware, but I'll make that known. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. Do another single race. Keep it on normal. Those guys are giving me kind of a hard time. No, these are just the normal tracks, right? Why don't we try Smoky Mountain? It's a rally track. Oh, get into some. Oh, look at the Impreza, dude. These old cars. Just this era of motorsports in general just does something to me. I don't know. I'm gonna take this. This one has a lot more nostalgia for me. Gran Turismo 1, anybody on the PlayStation 1? Believe it or not, that was the first game I ever played. As a 5-year-old, played my father's PlayStation 2 or PlayStation. It was NASCAR 98 and Gran Turismo, and I would watch my dad play Alien Trilogy, Die Hard. But my love for gaming started with racing games, and it's not gonna stop. No matter how old I get, these games will always have a special place for me. Specifically Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo 2. I mean, we could do videos on those as well if you guys want to see that. I got the physical copies sitting in a Ooh, I don't know. I have them around. They're in the house somewhere. But if you guys are enjoying these types of videos where I'm just sitting back, playing some old games, talking about, you know, just the nostalgia I get playing these games, leave a like. If you're loving the nostalgia trip today, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers here this year. This channel has sat dormant, and we've had a bunch of changes throughout the years, throughout the last 2 years that I've been doing gaming content. We're sticking more with the variety now, so we get a lot of PlayStation 2 games coming. To check out a lot of games. I'm excited for the next few videos because I'm just itching to play some old games. But if you guys want to see Ratchet and Clank or Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation, I'm more than happy to, more than willing. Any game you guys want to see, leave it in the comments. And even if I've never played it, we're gonna play it. There's some really interesting games on this console generation that I never touched because I was too young to play them. And one of those, I think, will be the next video that I post. Hopefully, if not tomorrow, if not right after this video tomorrow, then Friday. So that's where this channel's going. Just gonna play some nostalgia games and see where it goes. There are a few newer games coming out that I'm super interested in playing that I will probably throw up on the channel. If they do well enough, I'll make more than one video. I do have to, yeah, so that's where I'm gonna end that. Okay, completely switching gears. The rally physics are excellent. Granted, you know, we're in arcade mode. We're not playing super realistically, but I don't know. This handles so well. And for still getting used to the PlayStation 2 controller being so small, it feels great. It really does. One more lap, and the vibration in the controller is fantastic. Usually I buy cheap ass controllers from my Series S, and they don't have vibration, so it's nice to feel every bump. And I know for the time period that was kind of a new thing. I don't believe the PS1 had vibration. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. I don't remember because I was so young when I was playing PS1. That could be another thing we do on the channel. I could pick up a PS1. Don't need to. I could play PS1 games on the PS2, but playing it on the native hardware is, you know, there's something about it. There's something about it. But I'm not against emulating either. So if I don't have the game, we'll play it on an emulator. Just being honest. And why would I buy the? There's probably people asking why not just play it only. Why not just save your money and use the emulator? It's for nostalgia. It's all it's for. It's for nothing more than just reliving your childhood. You know, when you get to my age, you really just want to preserve your childhood as long as you possibly can. And for those that are older, probably thinking, "Oh, 29's not that young, not that old." You feel it. Your body hurts. Your legs hurt. You sneeze the wrong way, and your back is hurting for 2 days. That's just how it goes. So if you're young watching this and you never experienced a PlayStation 2, join me because we're gonna have some fun. That was a very enjoyable time. I think we'll do one or two. We'll do one more race. We'll do some faster cars. We'll check out some of the harder tracks. I'm having a blast. I really don't want to end this soon because you know how I edit. I chop every little bit out that I can. But this, I'm having a fantastic time. I do miss making videos. So that's why I am just gonna post and not worry about the views or how much I can, I don't know, how much I can make off the content, because truthfully I don't give a shit anymore. Okay, so it looks like I have to unlock these tracks. Although, wait a minute. Let me Okay, so circle is still select because this is a Japanese. I believe I bought. That makes no sense. Some of the games circle is back, and some of the games no. Some of the games circle is select. Some of the games triangle is back, and some games circle is back. It's confusing. Yeah. We'll try these tracks out. Oh, they're all the same. I guess I don't have them unlocked. Great. So we can't try any harder tracks. We'll just try one we haven't tried yet. Let's go to Swiss Alps is a rally course. We'll do Midfield Raceway. Then we can do S-Class cars. Holy smokes, look at this. We're not gonna go S-Class, that's crazy. We'll go A-Class. So we get those hypercars in here. Got the NSX, the Mazda RX-7. Oh, excuse me. We got the Skylines. Oh, the R34. Look at the beautiful thing. Ooh, love it. Got the Lancer Evo. We're taking the Evo. We're taking the Evo. Let's race. This is probably going to be the last, I would say the last one of the video. And then I'll say my goodbyes. My brain completely shut off there. I went completely just... Come on, get out of the way. Man, probably should have picked the faster car, but the Lancer is perfect. I love the Evo. I think my love for that came from Too Fast, Too Furious. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Fast and the Furious movies are why I love cars as much as I do. Even though I can't drive anymore, unfortunately. Come on. Okay, well. Commentary is going out the window. My brain just shut off. It's that point in the video. We're about 20 minutes in and I forget how to speak English. For a trucker, because you really got to concentrate. That's why I'm like not saying too much. Oh, Jesus. I do believe that a lot of these tracks are original, specifically the like midfield raceway, the super speedway, and like the Swiss Alps. But yeah, just the nostalgia that I get from playing games like this. I'll keep reiterating it. There's nothing quite like it. I mean, you can go and play a game now and be like, yeah, the graphics look amazing, but most of the time the gameplay is quite lackluster. Like, for example, let's take Need for Speed Unbound for an example. Like, sure, the game is fine. It's fun. It's got replayability. But it just doesn't have the feeling that, say, Need for Speed Most Wanted or Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 would have. It just doesn't. Like, even a game like Need for Speed Carbon on the PlayStation 2, you're starting to see that, like, they were getting kind of, I don't know, like, we really just care about padding our pockets. And that's kind of when gaming was really stopped being fun for me. I wouldn't say not fun, but it didn't have the same feeling of like, oh, I'm excited to come home from school and play the PS3. Like, no, I mean, my excitement for that stopped around the time Skate 3 came out. And then gaming was just about, you know, playing the yearly sports games, Madden, MLB The Show. And that's kind of how it's been ever since. But getting back with the PlayStation 2 has kind of reinvigorated my love for video games that I normally wouldn't try to make a video on. You know, I would stick with GTA or MLB The Show, for instance, and clearly it's not working. So we're just gonna play a bunch of old games. Maybe take advantage of that nostalgia factor that a lot of people my age are, you know, getting close to 30 and want to relive their childhood. I don't know, I'm kind of repeating the same things over and over again at this point. Maybe say something that's more interesting, dumbass. No? But again, you know, I really appreciate anybody that sat through me just yapping my face off about the PlayStation 2 and GT3. Like, playing this game in the year 2024 isn't something I thought I'd be doing. But here we are. Here we are. And I don't know. Like I said, there's just something about these old racing games that just takes me back to being a 6-year-old kid. Sitting cross-legged, sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor in front of the CRT television, just taking in every bit of gaming that I could before my games were taken away on Monday mornings. That's just how my life went. So as we cross the finish line here, I'm going to also say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, share the video with anyone that you know that does like racing games or nostalgia trips in general. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.